Just a great performance by Brendan Beck coming out when we had to have it. Gave us into the seventh inning, and then both freshmen, Jacob Palish. That says a lot. What we have going on for our future is with Beck and Palish going on in a big game, an elimination game, and coming up big. And Jack Little's been there for us all year long, so that's not a surprise to anybody. Although we lean on him heavy to get us out of a lot of jams and bring the win home for us. Andrew had a big swing in the first inning, which kind of gave us a little bit of breath. We still haven't quite caught our rhythm yet offensively. I think you probably use a few more simple singles. But you know what? If you stay in this tournament long enough, like I mentioned last night, hopefully you can catch your rhythm offensively and score some runs. We haven't done that yet, but we got one more crack at it.
Thanks, Coach. Questions?
RJ Badia, the bootleg for Brendan. How big was it to get runs right away with the stakes of this game?
Yeah, that's huge. For me personally, it makes a big difference just to go out there and know that my offense is going to come today and show up, and I can afford to make a mistake or two like I did today, and the offense is going to have my back, and it really just sparks up the whole team. And to score right away kind of just shows yesterday's over, forget about it, and today's a new day. Let's get after it.
And how was your change today? Was there a pitch you were really kind of leaning on? Was that it?
Yeah, I would say that my changeup was a go-to pitch today. I gave up 2 home runs on it, so there's room to improve, but I got a lot of outs with it, and everything seemed to be working well for me today. It makes it easy when my defense is playing so well and turning double plays and making nice plays like Alec in center field, so it's really easy to pitch for that.
Price Cherry, Waco trip. Andrew, the pitch you hit out, what was it? And obviously, I assume you knew it was out from the get-go, right?
Yeah, it was an elevated fastball, and my approach was just trying to be aggressive early in the count and find something I could drive. And the freshman made a mistake, and I was able to capitalize on it. But he has great stuff, has good numbers, but every now and then we'll make a mistake, and to capitalize on that was huge.
Andrew, Tom Fitzgerald, San Francisco Chronicle. Andrew, do you think the offense still hasn't quite settled down? Despite your home run, do you think the offense hasn't quite settled down to what it has been?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think Coach Esker touched upon it briefly, saying just starting to settle with the single. I think for us, these guys are pitching with high spin rates, and it's inducing a lot of fly balls. And so I think if we can just have 3 or 4 line drives, hits are contagious. And so being able to get a couple line drives, a couple hard ground balls, I think that'll work up and down the lineup nicely if we can start with 1 or 2.
Coach, Baylor's pitcher has given up a lot of walks on the season. Is that something that you guys talked about as an approach, maybe taking a few more pitches?
Well, we were aware of that, and more than going in there and trying to be not aggressive and taking a lot of pitches, we were more prepared that when he was going to be in the strike zone, chances are he'd have to center it, right? He wasn't going to be too fine with it if he had, was losing hitters and walking them, that maybe he's going to be aggressive, just trying to get back into the count. So we were more prepared for some fastballs right down the middle or right in the zone in the bigger parts of the plate, and rather than going in there. I did not want to give our offense, which hasn't been rolling, a passive approach and say, hey, let's take a bunch of pitches till we get a strike and see what happens.
Kerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. Andrew, can you talk about what Phillips did for them in terms of settling things down, and what was he doing that maybe gave y'all some trouble when you came in?
Yeah, another guy that spins it really well on his fastball, and I think we had 3 straight innings where it seemed like 2 or 3 outs of each inning were pop flies, and so when you mix in that fastball and he can work to both sides of the plate and has a tight slider, you can be really effective in college baseball with that type of stuff. And so he was working in and out, and landing his slider down in the zone, and that's what made him so effective.
Time for a couple more.
Palish and Little, I assume, still available moving forward for today?
Yeah, we'll be cautious with them, but obviously in the biggest of spots, maybe would look to do that. But we don't want to be foolish with the quality of, their quality of arms. And we've got other kids available. Wire Miller's available, and we could go even as deep as Stowers, who's throwing some innings for us as well. But Miller will start the next game for us, and you know what? It's kind of all hands on deck. But we're going to be cautious when it comes to Palish and Little for sure.
Brendan, you got a lot of ground ball outs today. Is that something that normally you get a lot of?
Yeah, I think throughout the year it's been a pattern for me. I'm not a guy who's going to strike out a lot of people, and I know that. So for me, it's just trying to get outs as fast as I can. And if that means just, getting a ground ball, 3 straight batters, that's totally fine with me. So I kind of pitched to that and worked for that and get my defense involved, and they did a great job today.